Lack of political will remains one of the major setbacks in the implementation of government plans. Chairperson for the Public Service Reforms Commission, Vice President Right Honorable Saulos Chilima, made the remarks in Blantyre when he met the leadership of Malawi Confederation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry, MCCCI, and its membership. Besta Nyangwa filed us this report.
Records have it that previous governments have attempted to implement reforms such as legal reforms, parliamentary and economic reforms, just to mention a few. But the reforms have not had so much to show due to, among other things, poor stakeholder participation and public awareness. At the hub of the lapsing of the previous reforms stand lack of political will. In June last year, just weeks after ascending into power, State President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika appointed a Public Service Reforms Commission with an aim of facilitating the creation of an effective and efficient public service. In a quest to ensure inclusivity and participation, the Public Service Reforms Commission, led by Vice President Right Honorable Saulos Chilima, had been meeting a number of stakeholders. The meetings also aim at sharing progress and lobbying for support from various sectors in order to reach a consensus. Today, the Vice President, flanked by his commissioners, is meeting the Malawi Confederation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry, MCCCI, to seek input on a preliminary report released by the Commission on findings about the inefficiencies in the public sector and recommendations made.
The public sector does not operate in isolation, and the private sector does not operate in isolation either. We want them to be part of this process. They must own the process, number one. Number two, there are certain concerns they had in the past. Some of them we have already taken into account, but there could be others that have come up now. We would like to take those into account as much as possible. But what we think can't be taken into account, we are going to give a rationale why we can't take it into account now.
On fears of lapses similar to ones that previous reform efforts encountered due to lack of political will, Right Honorable Chilima quickly brushes such fears aside, reiterating that the current public sector reforms have the full blessing and support of the country's leadership with zero political interference. Although expressing reservations over proposals such as harmonization of remuneration packages for civil servants, the private sector hails the various recommendations that have been put forward.
We have indeed been privileged to be part of the stakeholders in this public sector reform program. We were consulted and the Commission has come up with the findings and the recommendations, and our initial reactions from the business community are that there are a lot of important reforms that are recommended. For example, the need to develop long-term development strategies that will be legislated. A number of countries that are actually industrializing in East Asia and even in Africa, we talk of Mauritius, have got plans that run over a long period of time and do not change as a new government comes in.
One of the exciting recommendations made in the preliminary report is the revitalization of Vision 2020, which the Vice President notes is a stepping stone to national development. To this effect, the Commission recommends that His Excellency the President relaunches Vision 2020 in order to have the whole nation rally behind this vision and also champion the agenda and appoint a team to monitor progress and report on quarterly basis, and that the 2015-2016 budgeting process and subsequent planning processes fund such plans as the Vision 2020. Besta Nyangwa, MBC News, Blantyre.